Shalom, and welcome back to day 105 of reading the Bible in 52 weeks. Woo! Lord, open my eyes as I turn to your word. I long to know you and to be changed by what you reveal. Please guide me with your truth today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Let's go. Today we'll be reading 2 Kings 13 through 15. In the 23rd year of Judah, King Joshua, son of Ahaziah, Jahaziah, son of Jehu, became king over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 17 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight and followed the sins that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, had caused Israel to commit. He did not turn away from them, so the Lord's anger burned against Israel, and he handed them over to King Hazael of Aram and his son Ben-Hadad during their reigns. Then Jahaziah sought the Lord's favor, and the Lord heard him, for he saw the oppression of the king Ahab afflicted in Israel. Therefore the Lord gave Israel a deliverer, and they escaped from the power of the Arameans. Then the people of Israel returned to their former way of life, but they didn't turn away from the sins the house of Jeroboam had caused Israel to commit. Jahaziah continued them, and the Asherah pole also remained standing in Samaria. Jahaziah did not have any army left except the 50 horsemen, 10 chariots, 10,000 foot soldiers, because the king of Armah had destroyed them, making them like dust at threshing. The rest of the events of Jahaziah's reign, along with all the accomplishments and his might, are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. Jahaziah rested with his ancestors, and he was buried in Samaria. His son Joash became king in his place. In the 37th year of Judah's king Jehoash, son of Josiah, became king over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 16 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight. He did not turn away from all sin that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, had caused Israel to commit, but he continued them. The rest of the events of Jehoash's reign, along with the accomplishments and the power he had to wage war against Judah's king Ahaziah, are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. Joash rested within the ancestors, and Jeroboam sat on his throne. Joash was buried in Samaria with the king of Israel. When Elisha became sick with the illness from which he died, King Joash of Israel went down and wept over him and said, my father, the chariots and horsemen of Israel." Elisha responded, "Get a bow and arrow." So he got bow and arrows. Then Elisha said to the king of Israel, "Grasp the bow." So the king grasped it, and Elisha put his hands on the king's hands. Elisha said, "Open the east window." So he opened it. Elisha said, "Shoot." So he shot. Then Elisha said, "The Lord's arrow of victory, yes, the arrow of victory over Aram. You are to strike down the Arameans in Aphek until you have put an end to them." Then Elisha said, "Take the arrows." So he took them. Then Elisha said to the king of Israel, "Strike the ground." So he struck the ground 3 times and stopped. The man of God was angry with him and said, "You should have struck the ground 5 or 6 times. Then you would have struck down Aram until you had put an end to them. But now you still strike down Aram only 3 times." Then Elisha died and was buried. Now Moabite raiders used to come into the land in the spring of the year. Once as the Israelites were burying a man, suddenly they saw a raiding party, and they threw the man into Elisha's tomb. When he touched Elisha's bones, the man revived and stood up. King Hazael of Aram oppressed Israel throughout the reign of Jahaziah, but the Lord was gracious to them, had compassion on them, and turned toward them because of his covenant in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He was not willing to destroy them. Even now he has not banished them from the presence. King Hazael of Aram died, and his son Ben-Hadad became king in his place. Then Joash, son of Jahaziah, took back Ben-Hadad, son of Hazael, and the cities of Hazael had taken in war with Joash's father, Jahaziah. Joash defeated Ben-Hadad 3 times and rediscovered the cities of Israel. In the 2nd year of Israel's king, Joash, son of Joahaz, Amazah's son of Joash, became king of Judah. He was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Joadan. She was from Jerusalem. He did what was right in the Lord's sight, but not like his ancestor David. He did everything his father Joash had done, yet the high places were not taken away. The people continued sacrificing and burning incense in the high places. As soon as the kingdom was fairly in his grasp, Amaziah killed his servants who had killed his father the king. However, he did not put the children of the killers to death, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, where the Lord commanded, fathers are not to put death because of children, and children are not to be put to death because of fathers. Instead, each one will be put to death of his own sin. Amaziah killed 10,000 Edomites in Salt Valley. He took Selah in battle and called it Jokahil, which is still the name today. Amaziah then sent messengers to Joash, son of Jahaziah, son of Jehu, king of Israel, and challenged him, "Come, let's meet face to face." King Joash of Israel sent word to King Amaziah of Judah, saying, "This thistle in Lebanon once sent a message to the cedar of Lebanon, saying, 'Give your daughter to my son a wife.' Then a wild animal in Lebanon passed by, trampled the thistle. You have indeed defeated Edom, and you both have become overconfident. Enjoy your glory and stay at home. Why should you stir up such trouble that you fall, you and Judah with you?" But Amaziah would not listen. So King Joash, son Joash of Israel, advanced. He, king of Amaziah of Judah, met face to face at Beth Shemesh that belonged to Judah. Judah was routed before Israel, and each man fled to his own tent. King Joash of Israel captured Judah's king Amaziah, son of Joash, son of Ahaziah, in Beth Shemesh. Then Joash went to Jerusalem and broke down 200 yards of Jerusalem's walls from the Ephraim gate of Corner Gate. He took all the gold and silver, all the articles found in the Lord's temple and in the treasuries of the king's palace, and some hostages. Then he returned to Samaria. The rest of the events of Joash's reign, along with his accomplishments, and how he waged war against King Ahaziah of Judah, are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. Joash rested with his ancestors and was buried in Samaria with the king of Israel. His son Jeroboam became king in his place. Judah's king Amaziah, son of Joash, lived 15 years after the death of Israel's king Jehoash, son of Jahaziah. The rest of the events of Amaziah's reigns are written in the historical record of Judah's kings. A conspiracy was formed against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. However, men were sent after him in Lachish, and they put him to death there. They carried him back on horses, and he was buried in Jerusalem with his ancestors in the city of David. Then all the people of Judah took Ahaziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in place of his father Amaziah. After Amaziah the king rested with his ancestors, Azariah rebuilt Elath and restored it to Judah. In the 15th year of Judah's king Amaziah, son of Joash, Jeroboam, son of Joash, became king of Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 41 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight. He did not turn away from all the sin of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, had caused Israel to commit. He restored Israel's border from Lebo Hamath as far as the sea of the Arabah, according to the word of the Lord, the God of Israel, had spoken through his servant, the prophet Jonah, son of Amittai, from Gadi Hepiar. For the Lord saw the affliction of Israel was very bitter for both slaves and free people. There was no one to help Israel. The Lord had not said he would blot out the name of Israel under heaven, so he delivered them by the hand of Jeroboam, son of Joash. The rest of the events of Jeroboam's reign, along with all the accomplishments, the power he had waged war, and how he recovered for Israel Damascus of Hamath, which was belonged to Judah, are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. Jeroboam rested with his ancestors, the king of Israel. His son Zechariah became king in his place. In the 27th year of Israel's king Jeroboam, Azariah, son of Amaziah, became king of Judah. He was 16 years old when he became king, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jechaliah, and she was from Jerusalem. Azariah did what was right in the Lord's sight, just as the father Amaziah had done. Yet the high places were not taken away. The people continued sacrificing and burning incense on high places. The Lord afflicted the king, and he had a serious skin disease until the day of his death. He lived in quarantine while Jotham, the king's son, was over the household, governing the people of the land. The rest of the events of Azariah's reign, along with the accomplishments, are written in the historical record of Judah's kings. Azariah rested with his ancestors and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. His son Jotham became king in his place. In the 38th year of Judah's king Azariah, Zechariah, son of Jeroboam, reigned over Israel and Samaria for 6 months. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight, as his predecessors have done. He did not turn away from the sins Jeroboam son of Nebat had caused Israel to commit. Shalom son of Jabesh conspired against Zechariah. He snuck him down publicly, killed him, and became king in his place. As for the rest of the events of Zechariah's reign, they are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. The word of the Lord that he spoke to Jehu was, 4 generations of your sons will sit on the throne of Israel. And it was so. In the 39th year of Judah's king Uzziah, Shalom son of Jabesh became king. He reigned in Samaria to a full month. Then Menahem son of Gadi came up from the Tisra to Samaria and struck down Shalom son of Jabesh there. He killed him and became king in his place. As for the rest of the events of Shalom's reign, along with the conspiracy that he formed, they are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. At that time, starting from Tisra, Menahem attacked Tibeshat, all who were in it, and its territory, because they wouldn't surrender. He ripped open the pregnant women. In the 39th year of Judah's king Azariah, Menahem son of Gadi became king over Israel, and he reigned 10 years in Samaria. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight. Throughout his reign, he did not turn away from the sins Jeroboam son of Nebat had caused Israel to commit. King Pul of Assyria invaded the land, so Menahem gave Pul 75,000 pounds of silver so that Pul would support him to straighten his grasp of the kingdom. Then Menahem exacted 20 ounces of silver from each of the prominent men of Israel to give the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria withdrew and did not stay there in the land. The rest of the events of Menahem's reign, along with his accomplishments, are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. Menahem rested with his ancestors, and his son Pekah became king in his place. In the 15th year of Judah's king Azariah, Pekah son of Menahem became king over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 2 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight and did not turn away from Jeroboam son of Nebat had caused Israel to commit. Then his officer Pekah son of Remaliah conspired against him and struck him down in Samaria, and at the citadel of the king's palace. With Argab and Arad there were 50 Gilead men with Pekah. He killed Pekahiah and king in his place. As for the rest of the events of Pekahiah's reign, along with the accomplishments, they are written in the historical record of Israel's kings. In the 52nd year of Judah's king Azariah, Pekah son of Remaliah became king over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 20 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight. He did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat that had caused Israel to commit. In the days of King Pekah of Israel, King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria became and captured Nijon, Abel-Beth, Amka, Makkah, Jonah, Kedesh, Hazar, Gilad, and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali, and distorted the people of Assyria. Then Hoshea, son of Elah, organized a conspiracy against Pekah, son of Remaliah. He attacked him, killed him, and became king in his place in the 20th year of Jotham, son of Uzziah. As for the rest of the events of Pekah's reign, along with the accomplishments, they are written in the historical record of Israel's king. In the 2nd year of Israel's king, Pekah, son of Remaliah, Jotham, son of Uzziah, became king of Judah. He was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jershah, daughter of Zadok. He did what was right in the Lord's sight, just as his father Uzziah had done. Yet in the high places were not taken away. The people continued sacrificing and burning incense on the high places. Jotham built the upper gate of the Lord's temple. The rest of the events of Jotham's reign, along with all his accomplishments, are written in the historical record of Judah's kings. In those days, the Lord began sending Aram's king Rezin and Pekah son of Remaliah against Judah. Jotham rested with his ancestors and was buried with his ancestors in the city of the ancestor David. His son Ahab became king in his place. Okay, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow for day 106. May you have a blessed day. Shalom.